This man you thought was helping you is involved in something terrible with 3 women. Their names are about to surface in a shocking revelation. Your peace is being traded for a secret, God says. The calm you've been clinging to is being bought and sold behind your back. The man you believed was guiding you, standing beside you, is entangled in a scheme darker than your worst thoughts. 3 women are involved, and their names are about to come crashing down like a storm on everything you hold dear. There's a car that keeps appearing, but it's not just any vehicle, it's part of the trail. Inside, evidence has been moved, whispered, and recorded, all linked to your name. One of these women has been using that car to transport things that were once yours. Documents, photos, conversations, and something else you haven't discovered yet. One of the women is younger, vibrant, with a voice that manipulates sympathy. The second is older, calculating, a handler of the whispers who feeds the man behind your back with lies and strategies. The third, the most dangerous, is the one who smiles at you as if nothing is happening, but her silence carries the deadliest truth. Your name has been discussed in a place you weren't invited to. The man you trusted has been sitting in that room, not to protect you, but to offer parts of your life like currency. The women nod, approve, take notes, and laugh at how easy it was to gain your trust, God says. A shift is happening in your favor, but first, you must face this truth. You were not wrong to trust, but someone saw your light and wanted it dimmed. What they didn't expect was that the light would start to reveal their shadows instead. At first, this man was praising you in public, saying you were someone to be proud of. Behind closed doors, however, he was sharing your weaknesses, your triggers, and your routines. He gave these women a map to your mind and heart, and they used it as a playbook to dismantle your peace. You've noticed changes in your energy lately, haven't you? Sudden tiredness, misplacing things, waking up anxious. It's not random. It's the spiritual weight of someone trading your peace for their secret agenda. One of the women was in your home once, smiling as if nothing was wrong, but the scent she left behind wasn't perfume, it was residue of a silent message that said, "We've been here, and we're not done." The man keeps calling you, keeps acting as if he's checking in on your well-being. But if you listen closely, the tone is rehearsed, and the care is mechanical. His concern is not real, it's obligation mixed with guilt. He thinks he's doing you a favor by staying in your life, but in truth, he's anchoring you to a storm he helped create. And soon, you'll find out just how many things have been moved around in your world without your permission. They've tampered with your name in ways that will come to light very soon. What they thought would remain hidden is already cracking. One email, one photo, one overheard conversation, and everything they've done will begin to unravel. Type Amen to get blessing 333 if you wish to express your support further. You have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. One woman has kept a journal of the plans. Her handwriting is neat, her entries are cruel. She talks about you like a puzzle she's almost done solving, and that terrifies her more than she admits. You're not who they thought you were, you're stronger, quieter, and far more observant. They underestimated the silence you carry, not realizing that silence is how storms begin. Your peace is powerful. And they've tried everything to disturb it, but it's starting to backfire. Now, they're the ones losing sleep, watching you rise, waiting for the moment you find out. The man didn't just betray you, he wore your name like a badge of honor and then handed it over to those who would distort it. He's watching closely, now more afraid of your reaction than the women are. He didn't know how much you've been paying attention. He didn't realize that your silence has been collecting evidence, not forgiveness. And when your eyes finally meet his, he'll know you know. The women are beginning to panic, not because they feel guilt, but because they feel exposure. And for people like them, exposure is worse than punishment. God says, don't rush the storm, it's already on its way. They thought they could play with your story and rewrite your truth. But the pen is back in your hand now, and it burns with divine ink. They're trying to cover their tracks, deleting messages, erasing call logs, avoiding eye contact, but what's done in the dark has already been whispered to the light. One of them has a tattoo, something that connects her to a group. This isn't just personal, it's part of something larger. The man is the entry point, the one they use to get close to others like you. But he didn't expect you to see through the cracks in his script. You were meant to be distracted. Meant to trust without checking, but you're no longer in that space. Now, you're seeing everything, and they don't know what to do with your awareness. The moment is approaching when one of the women will slip up, she'll say something in front of someone who still respects you, and that person will run to you. That moment will be the beginning of their unraveling. Type Amen to get blessing 844. God says, the time of exposure is no longer near, it is here. One of the women will be called out in public. They slip during a professional meeting, an accidental leak in a group chat. Whatever it is, it will force everyone to look your way again. The man who once smiled at you with fake warmth will try to disappear into the background. But the truth has already touched his name, and it's spreading faster than he can run. He's shaking now, not because of what he did, but because you know, there's a photograph. It was taken months ago, in a setting you didn't expect. In that photo is the proof that all of them were together, planning. It will resurface, and it will be undeniable. Someone you thought was neutral is finally choosing a side. They are tired of watching you suffer in silence. That person is about to hand you something, a file, a message, or a truth that will flip the whole game. Your energy is shifting again. But this time, it's not confusion, it's clarity. The fog is lifting, and every hidden thing is stepping into the light. Type Amen to get blessing 6633. You don't need revenge. You need peace, and peace is exactly what is being restored to you now. The storm is ending, not because they calmed it, but because it has served its purpose. You were transformed in the fire, not burned, but reborn. Each of the women now faces their own personal breakdown. Their alliances are fractured. The man who pulled them together is now trying to escape the weight of it all. They thought they were clever. But cleverness has limits when it tries to stand against a soul covered in purpose. Your name carries that weight of destiny. They whispered your flaws. But now, others are whispering their schemes. And the whispers are growing into roars. Type Amen to get blessing 7733. Soon, you'll be invited to a room where your truth will be welcomed. You won't need to defend yourself. You will simply tell your story, and the truth will do the rest. Every piece is falling into place. What was meant to break you is now the platform for your elevation. What they called the end was the beginning. You are stronger now, not colder, but wiser. And that wisdom is your armor. Let them stumble over the lies they built. You will watch them undo themselves. You won't need to move a finger. The truth, once revealed, moves faster than revenge. Keep your head lifted. Your silence has spoken volumes, and now, the world will hear your truth. Type Amen to get blessing 4440. Their betrayal doesn't define you. Your response does, and you have chosen to rise, to walk away, and to own your peace. One of the women will break down and come forward. She will try to shift blame, but she will end up revealing more than she intended. That will be the final blow to their alliance. You will be approached by someone powerful, someone who heard about what happened and wants to help. Not because they pity you, but because they respect you. Your grace in chaos is drawing the right attention. The man will lose something valuable, money, influence, or respect. And he'll trace it back to the day he crossed you. That regret will haunt him. But not you. You are walking forward, lighter, stronger, and more free than you've ever been. Type Amen to get blessing 8008. This entire betrayal was a setup for your next level. They were necessary villains in a divine plot. And now the chapter is closing. Soon, you will sit in peace again, not the kind of peace that's fragile, but the kind that's earned. The kind that cannot be shaken by liars or thieves. Let their names surface, let the world see them for what they are. You no longer carry the weight of hiding their truth. You are being restored, spiritually, emotionally, and even financially. Everything they took will be returned, and more. Their faces will fade in your story. You won't even need to mention them again. Because were you re-going, they simply can't follow. Type Amen to get blessing 3211. You've made it through the fire, now prepare for the fresh rain. And after that, sunlight like never before. The secret that was traded in your name will return to its sender, tenfold, and your name will echo in rooms they tried to keep you out of. The man, the women, the lies. They are now footnotes in your legacy, not the authors. This is your rise. Your breakthrough, your justice. And it's already begun. Type Amen to get blessing 9999. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You will soon notice how quietly people begin to shift around you. The ones who once laughed behind your back will start to look away when they pass you. Their silence is no longer power. It's fear of being seen for who they truly are. The three women are no longer as united as they once were. The pressure is causing cracks, and now each one fears the other will be the first to break. What held them together wasn't loyalty. It was a shared secret, and now that secret is falling apart. You've been watched for weeks, your movements tracked, your words repeated, all in hopes that you'd slip or react. But instead, you remained centered, and that's what made you unshakable. They've thrown confusion, doubt, and fear at you, and still, you're here, rising. The man is starting to lose control of the narrative. Every attempt he makes to shift blame lands heavier on his own shoulders. He underestimated the divine protection covering you, and now that shield is turning into a mirror, showing him who he's become. Type Amen to get blessing 1244. Your ability to remain still while chaos moved around you became your greatest weapon. They thought silence was weakness, but you turned it into wisdom, into power, into strategy. You are no longer walking into rooms hoping to be understood, you are walking in knowing the truth walks beside you. Every lie spoken against you will return with more weight than they can carry. A message is coming from someone you didn't expect. That message will include a name, one of the three women, and a detail so specific that it will confirm everything you suspected. One woman is on the verge of speaking out, not because she's sorry, but because she's scared. She's seen something coming, and she wants to protect herself before it all comes down. Type Amen to get blessing 2202. They never expected their plan to backfire, but now, the web they spawn has become a trap of their own making. You are no longer inside it. You are standing above it, watching them tangle. You're not going back to who you were before this. This has transformed you. You've gained a sharpness, a stillness, and a power that will serve you in every chapter forward. Let the evidence come. Let the voices speak. Let the whispers become thunder, because you no longer fear exposure, you welcome it. Type Amen to get blessing 919. There's a document, signed, time-stamped, and stored away. Your name is on it, but not in the way they wanted. That paper will be the turning point. Once that surfaces, everything shifts. One woman will go silent. The man will panic. The others will begin to blame. But by then, it's too late. You have already begun stepping into your restoration. Everything that was taken, respect, peace, stability, is being returned to you, multiplied. Type Amen to get blessing 7474. They had a conversation in a car, thinking no one would ever hear it again. But the audio was saved, and that recording will find its way to the right hands. You won't even need to expose it yourself. Someone else will do it for you. They will speak your truth without you asking. The moment you stopped defending your name, the truth began defending it for you. That's divine justice in motion. And now, it cannot be stopped. Type Amen to get blessing 8800. Now the one who once stood beside the man, acting like a quiet observer, is beginning to feel the weight of their involvement. She thought she was invisible, just a whisper in the plan, but now eyes are turning toward her, and her hands are shaking with guilt she tried to bury. She never expected her messages to be seen, her meetings to be traced, her voice to be replayed. But every move was recorded in spirit, and what they thought was hidden is being uncovered step by step. The very system they used to control and silence you is turning against them. One of the women has already been confronted quietly. Someone close to you saw her name on a list it should never have been on. That person didn't react, didn't speak, just started documenting everything. And soon, that file will be handed to someone who will know exactly what to do with it. The man is starting to crumble behind the scenes. His face still wears a calm mask, but he's losing control of every detail. His calls are being ignored, his allies are stepping back, his empire is shaking. Type Amen to get blessing 5557. The car that was always around your house, it wasn't just watching, it was delivering. Documents, payments, fake gifts wrapped in smiles. Someone was being paid to disturb your peace, but peace is not something you lose forever. It's something you reclaim. And now, your peace is marching back, louder than their secrets. The oldest of the three women is having nightmares. She wakes up sweating, hearing your name. In her sleep, because what she tried to destroy is now haunting her, she wanted to control your light because hers was fading. She didn't realize that the more they tried to dim you, the brighter you would burn. You will walk into a space soon where someone stares at you, shocked, not because of what you've done, but because they finally realize what was done to you. That moment will break open their silence. Type Amen to get blessing 6660. Another woman will try to shift the blame entirely to the man. She'll say she didn't know, that she was just following directions, but messages with her name and fingerprint say otherwise. She deleted a lot, but not enough. Some things live in servers, in screenshots, in memories. And they are coming back now. You're being pulled out of their narrative completely. Not erased, but freed. You will no longer be used as the backdrop to their lies. You are the headline now. The truth they feared is the truth they helped create, and now, it will be the only thing they can't run from. Type Amen to get blessing 3003. This betrayal taught you how to hear in silence. How to sense lies wrapped in kindness. How to feel danger in the calmest smiles. It was never about revenge. It was about truth, and the truth is now too big to hide. You've moved from confusion to clarity. From fear to power. From silence to strategy. Let the world see you now. Not the broken version they tried to create, but the divine warrior you've become through fire. Their whispers are turning into confessions. And your stillness is turning into thunder. Type Amen to get blessing 922. The final woman. The one who smiled most sweetly, is now on edge. She didn't think her part in the scheme would be discovered. But her name just appeared in a document she thought was hidden. She used a fake name, a false role, a secret login, but the truth is smarter. And now it has found her. Soon, someone will approach you, nervous, hesitant, apologetic. They'll say, "I didn't know it would go this far." But they did. And you'll remember that. You won't need to lash out. Your calm will be your answer. And it will echo longer than any shout could. Type Amen to get blessing 8088. This is no longer a battle for survival. It's a declaration of power. They did not know the cost of crossing someone with divine purpose. Now they do. The silence they tried to bury you in is the same silence that protected you. And now it's roaring back with everything you deserve, the man, the women, the lies. They are falling. And you, the one they tried to silence, are rising. Type Amen to get blessing 44444. And with this, your restoration begins. The woman who smiled the most, the one you trusted because she seemed so soft-spoken, is hiding the biggest part of the truth. She was never just a bystander, she was the thread that tied every act of betrayal together. And soon, her mask will fall in front of the wrong person. A document with her real name has surfaced on a private cloud. She thought it was deleted. But someone retrieved a copy and shared it. It contains a list, your name on it, along with notes, times, phone records, and an unsettling sentence. Remove them before they speak. You were the target of something cruel, calculated, and cold. But now you are the reason their plan is falling apart. They underestimated you not because they thought you were weak, but because you had too much heart, and they didn't expect heart to win. the man is still trying to manipulate the pieces. He's contacting people you know, trying to rewrite the narrative. But it's not working. Even the ones who once believed him are starting to notice the holes in his story. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. There's a room where all of this was discussed. A private home, dim lights, loud voices, someone was secretly recording during one of their meetings. That file is being passed to someone who supports you quietly, and soon, it will reach your ears. You'll hear your name on their lips, you'll hear them laugh as if your life was just a storyline. But their laughter will become their echo, forever tied to what they did. One of the women kept a necklace, a charm that once belonged to you. She stole it, thinking it was just jewelry. But what she didn't know is that it was blessed, and every time she wore it, she felt more uneasy. Now she's returning it quietly, in a parcel. No name, no message, just fear. Another woman is packing to leave town. But no matter where she runs, the digital trail follows her. She used your name in accounts, emails, and even payment transfers, and it's all about to be traced. Type Amen to get blessing 7000. This isn't about revenge. It's about exposure, and nothing hurts liars more than being seen clearly. The man is now begging someone to speak for him, but no one wants to. His protectors are disappearing one by one, and soon, he will stand alone in front of every lie he spoke. He once said, "Would never hurt you." But that sentence will haunt him for the rest of his days, because he did. Your energy, once shaken, is now solid. And you'll begin to feel it in your sleep, in your breath, in your reflection. That glow they tried to steal is back, and it's unbreakable now. There's another file, on an old laptop forgotten in a drawer. It contains everything: photos, meeting notes, proof of their intentions. And someone is about to unlock it. Type Amen to get blessing 5252. You won't need to lift a finger. Everything is working behind the scenes. The divine sees, hears, and moves. They tried to sell your peace like it was cheap. But your soul isn't for sale. And now, they are paying the real price. You will see an apology soon. Not through words, but through actions, distance, and silence. That's how guilty people speak when they can't hide anymore. Your blessings are being restored not because you demanded justice, but because you trusted truth. They will hear your name again, but this time, in celebration. Not whispers of betrayal, but loud voices of respect. The one who stayed silent but watched will step forward soon. That person holds the final key. Type Amen to get blessing 33333.